What's up, guys? Brad Thomas with goldboys.com. And no, I am not talking about college football this time. We are talking about the NFL. Before we get into it, I want to thank Sleeper Picks. Remember, use promo code GOLDBOYS for up to $100 on your first deposit, or you can always use code Brad Thomas. We're going to make sure we drop the sponsor links in the description. So I'm going to start off and get a little spicy here. Every now and then, Mother Nature plays a factor into how we bet sports. Had I been recording this on a Friday, I probably would have been taking all quarterback unders in the games that include Detroit, Chicago, Indianapolis, and Cincinnati, Los Angeles Rams and Baltimore, Houston, New York Jets, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Cleveland Browns. But it is not Friday, and I'm recording this a little bit earlier, but we can still attack, or as I like to say, fade Mother Nature. I'm going to take a 3-team sweetheart teaser, 10 points, betting the totals up. Suckers only tease totals, right? Yeah, that's what we've been told. But suckers don't bet when Mother Nature is in our face. I took 3 of these games, and that's Jaguars at Browns. That is Houston Texans at New York Jets, and Baltimore Ravens versus the Los Angeles Rams. I took all those and I teased them down to under points. When we see those games about Sunday at 1 o'clock, we're going to have wind gusts up to 40 in the Browns and Ravens games, and wind gusts up to 30 in the Jets game. But why I specifically targeted those over the other 2 that I mentioned is because each game has the question marks or has the gameplay script style that I love. Number 1, Jacksonville Jaguar probably have the biggest question mark right now. Will superstar quarterback Trevor Lawrence be playing? I don't know. I highly doubt he's going to play on a short week with an ankle injury that saw him left the last game. And on the other side of the ball, the Cleveland Browns have issues of their own. If you guys don't remember, Joe Flacco came out of what must have been retirement to play in a game that's already a run first team. So I already liked the under. Now we factor in weather for both teams. I love it even more. The other game in question, the Texans at the Jets. How is the Texans going to perform against this great Jets defense? And who is going to play quarterback for the Jets? Is that Tim Boyle? No, he got released. They're saying, welcome back, Zach Wilson. It's not all Zach Wilson's fault that they've been bad, but it certainly is that offensive line's fault for making Zach Wilson look worse. So, couple poor play, good defense, and strong weather. I like the under in that as well. And last but not least, no quarterback issues in this one. Matthew Stafford's healthy, and Lamar Jackson has been playing way better than expected off of injury. But the weather is going to be the strongest in Baltimore, and both teams, if need be, can play the short pass and run game. It's probably suggested or at least recommended that Baltimore does that throughout the entire season. So again, the teaser is going to have the Browns game, the Jets game, and the Ravens game. The next game I'm going to talk about, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, my Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Revenge is served sweet when you're on the road. I want my Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Falcons after they downright embarrassed them. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers felt like they couldn't move the ball, couldn't score touchdowns. But I would have to say these 2 teams have kind of flipped in my perception of them. Early in the season, the Atlanta Falcons had what people were boasting as a great secondary. I can say I don't agree with that. If you look at the defensive DVOA numbers for both offense and defense, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers actually are higher ranked in both categories than the Atlanta Falcons. What do the Atlanta Falcons, who are a 2-point favorite, specialize in? That's running the ball. Sure, whether it's Taylor Heineke or Desmond Ridder, they try to throw it a little bit, but we know they're going to run it behind Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. The Buccaneers have pretty good run defense. It's obviously not as great as years past because the Buccaneers aren't holding the ball as long, but I just don't think that this is going to be a game where the Falcons they're not going to pound the rock with extreme success, limiting the touches of the Buccaneers. So the first bet I'm going to take, Tampa Bay Buccaneers over 17.5 points. Buccaneers should have hit this in the last game they played. They had troubles in the red zone, and oh yeah, it was played outside at Raymond James Stadium. Now they're playing in a dome against a Falcons team who's allowing 20 points per game and has regressed defensively. But you want to talk about regression? Let's talk about positive regression. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Canales as coordinator, have seemingly improved offensively. They're having a good mix of run and pass. They're getting Rashad White involved in the passing game, which is allowing him to run better. It's going to give question marks to that front seven in the loaded box they have. And more importantly, Mike Evans, again, for the 10th straight season, has caught for over 1,000 yards in a season. I think that this helps the Buccaneers a lot. Also, Chris Godwin is going to be active. The Bucs know that they need to win this. They cannot get swept if they want to win the NFC South. And when you have a coach who's basically coaching for his job, because if they don't win the NFC South, Todd Bowles is gone, they are going to be hungry dogs. The other bet that I like in this game, it's a little cheeky one. Tampa Bay to have the longest touchdown at plus 110. You have Baker Mayfield on one side of the ball, and you don't really think that he's going to be chucking the ball deep, but he does. He has a high A dot. And what's really crazy is Mike Evans has been drinking from the fountain of youth, getting over 2.5 yards of separation on deep routes, which means all Baker Mayfield needs to do is put it on the dime. If you saw a 75-yard touchdown last game, you know that he's more than capable. And on the other side of the ball, like I said, they like to run the ball, keep the ball in front, and Desmond Ridder doesn't take as many shots as Baker Mayfield will. If we look at the last time these two teams played, the Buccaneers actually had the longest touchdown in the game, and I think they have it again. So those are my bets. And whatever you bet on, just make sure you drop a like, smash the bell button that says, hey, we dropped a new video or we're going live, and put your favorite bets, or if you're fading me, in the comments. Again, I want to thank goldboys.com. Without them, none of this would be possible. And I want to thank Sleeper Picks. And again, betting should be fun. If you have a problem, make sure you pick up your phone, dial 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm Brad Thomas. Take care.